Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Not as the world gives, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. So don't let your heart be troubled or afraid. Why? Because Jesus said that he left us peace, right? That's the fourth statement. He left us peace. Then he breaks it down to say, my peace, the peace that I give, my peace that I give to you. See, it's not like the world. It's not how the world gives. See, the world gives you a peace, but that's not the kind of peace that I give. I don't give you the same kind of peace that the world gives. I give my peace, and my peace will cause your heart not to be troubled, nor it be afraid, because of my peace, not the world's peace. Yo, what is it? You already know what it is, man. This is your man, Levon. Welcome back to my channel, Levon Says, where it's this channel's purpose to bring you positive and motivating, encouraging words Monday through Friday, you dig? Today is Message on Monday, you dig? Motivational message on Monday. And today's motivational message is this. The peace that I give is not the world's peace, you dig? Now, we ought to be able to take that and just run with it and just be happy to understand that the peace that we've seemed to understand most of our lives, you dig? The peace that we've been told about, the peace that we've been, taught in school about, the peace that mama and daddy and grandma used to talk about. Well, we've come to understand, right, that peace is the world's peace. But Christ doesn't give us the world's peace. He gives us his peace. Why is that significant? Well, we're going to talk about it. But before we get into that, please remember to like this video, share this video on all your platforms, hit that like button. It doesn't cost you anything just to take your finger and hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you're always notified whenever I upload content. And it doesn't cost you anything to hit that subscribe and bell notification either, you dig? All right, let's get into the message. So I've been invested in the stock market lately, right? And I was thinking about, the investments that I've been making, right? The sacrifices I've been making, things like this to make these investments, you dig? And so I'm just thinking about, what if peace was a commodity that could be bought and sold? You dig? Just for example, what if peace was something that you could buy on the stock market? Do you know everybody, and I mean everybody, and their mama will be trying to buy a piece of peace? You dig? Peace is the hottest commodity out there. It's hotter than Apple. It's hotter than Microsoft. It's hotter than crypto. It's hotter than Shiba Inu and Doggy Lamar's. Peace is the hottest commodity out there. Everybody wants a little bit of peace. You feel me? Everybody wants peace. People go to bed searching and looking for peace, hoping they find it, dreaming about peace. People wake up wanting peace. You go to work praying that you have peace on the job, praying that there's no drama. When you've been at work all day and you don't work anywhere from, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 hours a day, you're exhausted. And the last thing you want to deal with is not having no peace. This is why when people get off of work, instead of them going straight home, they hit the bars. You dig? Instead of them going straight home, they'll ride around, just killing time. Why? Because they're trying to wrap their brain around not having peace or wanting it so bad, but knowing that where they're going, there is none. And they don't have enough wisdom and understanding to know that they could bring it wherever they go, right? Because they haven't found true peace. They haven't found Christ. They don't know how to go to, the bank of heaven and withdraw because of the peace that the Holy Spirit is deposited in you, right? They don't know how to get it. They want and they're trying to get it. That happens all the time. I'm a witness. I used to come home and take the extra long way home. You dig? Because I was afraid. My heart was afraid because I had no peace. I was afraid of what I would walk into. From day to day, didn't know what I was going to walk into. You dig? Why? Because the peace I was not bringing with me. See, if I would have been walking to any situation and there's peace in me, I'm bringing peace wherever I go. Even if the situation is chaotic, check it out. When I step foot on site, in the room, in the conversation, peace is with me. I'm bringing it with me. You know what I'm saying? So if peace was a commodity to be sold on the stock market, everybody would want some, you dig? Trust me, because everybody wants peace. And let me state this as a, how would you say it? As just as a clause, like a disciplinary clause. Listen, God is not an Indian giver. Let me say that again. God is not an Indian giver. He doesn't give stuff and then snatch it and take it away. The only time he does that is when you're operating in such disobedience, okay, that you are disrespecting him, you're disrespecting the gift, and he feels necessary to make an example out of you. But God is not an Indian giver. Man is an Indian giver. Okay? When man tell you don't give you something, and then they give it to you, if you don't jump according to their rules and march according to their tune, guess what? They'll snatch that stuff back. They'll find a way to snatch it back. Why? Because the world doesn't give you anything without wanting something in return. There's nothing free except salvation, and that comes from him. There's nothing out here that's free without something having to be paid in return. Something, whether it be money, whether it be your time, whether it be your sanity, whether it be your blood, sweat, and tears. Yo, God is not an Indian giver. When he gives something, he gives it to you. Now, is there an expectation? Of course there is. Just like when you give your children something, right? You expect them to take what they've given you and be successful. You expect them to be profitable. You don't expect them just to sit on what you gave them and just blow it or mess it off. What parent expects that? So the same way, right? When God gives us something, he expects us to do something with it, to bless the kingdom and to be beneficial, not just to sit on it and waste it and squander it. Because that which you squander, guess what? It'll be taken from you and be given to someone else. That's not called being an Indian giver. That's called I gave you something with a specific purpose and you didn't meet that purpose. So because you didn't meet the purpose or the requirement, what I gave you, I'm now going to take from you and give to someone else that is more qualified to meet the purpose, right? It's just like a job. You go in, you interview for the job, you get the job, but you get the job based upon your interview, based upon the things that you said and the things that you committed to, right? Fully understanding the parameters of what that job calls for. So then later on down the line, you're not producing. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. Everything that you checked off that you said you were going to do, whether it's a daily, weekly, or monthly basis, you are not doing. And it's been pointed out to you several times where you're lacking. Well, what's going to happen eventually? You're going to lose that job. The responsibility that was given to you, the authority to make things happen that was given to you is going to be pulled from you. Why? Because you're not meeting your end of the bargain. You're not doing what you said you would do. Oh, you want that money when that paycheck comes. But yet, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, what you had said you were going to do, why should you get paid? Oh, so you don't want to talk about that. That's a whole nother animal for a whole nother video. But the fact that it still remains. You were expected to do something. Something was given to you. You were expected to take care of it. And when you didn't take care of it, why should you get mad that you're being called on the carpet or it's being taken from you? No, God, again, is not an Indian giver. He gives good gifts to those that he loves. But if you take the gift and you pervert it, you misuse it, you mishandle it, or you abuse it, after a while, guess what will happen? That gift will be given to someone else. That responsibility will be given to someone else because you have shown that you're not ready for the responsibility. You're not ready to handle the responsibility. And we can't get mad when we ask for certain things. And then when we show that we're not able to handle, not willing to sacrifice, then don't get mad when what you had is taken away. God said he gives peace, right? Not as the world gives. Let's think about that. What has the world given you? What has the world given you that you can take it to the bank? You can rest on it. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to take inventory about it no more. You know it's good because the world gave it to you. It's going to be there. I'll wait. Because, see, I can testify. The world ain't got nothing that's going to last. The world has nothing to give you and nothing to offer you that you can rest your hat on. You can take that check to the bank and don't have to worry about when you deposit it because you know it's good. I'm waiting. Someone please leave in the comments down below. What has the world given you that you don't have to worry about? What has the world given you that has brought you peace? And it's a peace that surpasses all understanding. What has the world given you that they haven't been an Indian giver in return? Leave in the comments down below. I'll wait. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there ain't nothing. There's nothing that the world can give that is greater, that will last longer, that will outshine, and will cause you more benefit than harm than God's peace. There's nothing that the world can get. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how much money you got. You could be sitting on fat pockets. You dig? Super duper fat pockets. It's still not going to outweigh God's peace. Facts. Go look at the record books. Talk to anybody you know. And for some of y'all that don't believe, right? You don't even want to talk to someone that believes in God, right? Okay. Just ask someone that's close to them if God is real, if God is the ending giver, and if his peace doesn't surpass all understanding. Because I guarantee you, if you ask, if you just take a little time and inquire, you'll find out that, yeah, the peace is dope. And it doesn't fail. Never. Again, man, we're the ones that are Indian givers. We're the ones that give things and take them back. We're quick to give our love. But let somebody don't jump to our music. Don't march our tune. What are we going to do? We're going to snatch that love right back. Oh, we're quick to give money. Some of us. But let someone do us wrong or do us dirty. Or we think someone was trying to underhand or undercut us or slight us in some kind of way. What we doing? Another piece of change? Yeah, I'm going to need that back. We give our time. We give our talent. We give our treasure. We go out of our way to do these things. But let someone piss us off. It's human nature to want to get back, to want to snatch back, to want to take back. Right? But God said the peace that I give. See, the peace that he gives is a peace that is a lasting. It sticks. It doesn't wash away. It doesn't, tuck its tail and run and hide when things get rough. When somebody get up in your face and they talking crazy to you, that peace doesn't buck down. Okay. No, that peace stands firm. It doesn't get angry. It doesn't get mad. It doesn't want to buck back. He just stands firm and says, okay. Because I have peace. Your upsetness, your loudness, your cursing, your ranting and raving is not going to disturb my peace. So when you have peace, hold on to it. You dig? Don't let it go, because the world will try to take it from you. If the world sees you have real peace, they'll try to do everything in their power to disrupt it, snatch it, get you sidetracked so they can steal it. Whatever they can do. Why? Because they want to offer you their peace. See, it's almost kind of like the stock market. If I tell you, yo, this particular stock is gonna, in the next 10 days, it's gonna start going off the chart. And you wait. And on the 9th day, you get told, yo, man, that's not really what they said. You need to sell that, dude. You need to get with this over here. Look at this. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. Why? Because on the 10th day, see, you go and sell on the 9th day. You think you came up a little bit, right? Oh, yeah, the world. Okay, they knew what they was talking about. And then on the 10th day, you done totally forgot about what God said because you so focused with what the world is giving you. And then the 10th day, there's a little movement, but you don't notice it because you're distracted and so focused over here. But those that stay true, those that listen, they see there's a little movement. Oh, shucks, people starting to look. Then by day 12, there's rumblings. Then by day 15, oh my God, the ground had cracked open. And everybody that stayed true and stayed faithful, they rode the beanstalk that came up out of the ground and that turned into this huge, gigantic tree. But everybody else that got distracted by the world and what they were offering, they were shocked when they turned, what the heck? What the big old boom? What the heck? And they looked and...
Are you filming?
Yes, I'm filming.
Wow! Wow! I think we are done.
It's like, oh! What was that? Did you just see that? That's what they say. And they be totally shocked. They have totally missed out on the great explosion that God told you was coming, but because you got sidetracked and you got distracted with the real shiny, pretty thing over here, and you were told that it was going to be an instant come up, just like that. You're going to come up like that, boy. You better get on while it's good. What happened? You decided to go this way instead of listening to him, and then you missed out. But he goes on to say, not as the world giveth, do I give unto you. He separates himself. See, there's a difference between what the world can offer you and what God offers. It's not even the same thing. It's not even close, right? So don't get distracted with these things that the world offers. Don't get distracted with the gold and the silver and the diamonds and the rubies and the sapphires and the onyx, right? The jasmine, don't get the amethyst and things like, don't get so distracted. Stop trying to find the next big thing. Every time there's a big thing, you want to hop on that wave. Sometimes you got to sit still. You got to be still. You got to be quiet and hear God. See, a lot of times we're doing all these things and we're listening for this and we're listening for that, but you're not hearing. Sometimes you got to be still and know that he is who he says so you can hear and you can know your next move. Are you tired of making a wrong move? I mean, seriously, I'm tired of making a wrong move. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. I am tired of making the wrong moves. Why? Because I'm not waiting patiently on the Lord. Sometimes I think I am, right? And then I think I think I'm waiting patiently and listening to him, but yet I'm still dibbling and dabbling. I'm still, I'm not giving my 100 total focus over here. How many of that is you? I'm just talking about me. But in 2022, I am going to commit to doing a better job at hearing God's voice. Not listening, but hearing. Why? Because people listen, they active, inactive listen, they half listen, but when you hear, the Bible says, them that have an ear to hear, you hear, and it gets you here. It hits in your heart. It hits you here when you truly hear something, right? And God is saying, yo, I'm standing, I'm knocking. I'm not going to come in until you let me in. But if you let me in, that's when I come in and I'll make my bowl. But you got to open the door and let me in. I'm going to stand there and knock. But you got to open the door. I'm not just going to force my way in, because that's not how God does. When he gives us gifts, they're good gifts. He doesn't force anything on us, right? He doesn't force salvation on us. But now when we receive the salvation, then we need to do something with it. He's not going to force us to go out there and witness to other people and tell other people of his goodness and the good gifts that he gives. But he expects us to do it. Why? Because he loves us so much. We screw up, he still loves us. We mess up, he still loves us. We curse him out, he still loves us. We miss the mark, he still loves us. We turn around and do something he directly told us not to do. And guess what? He still loves you. He still loves me. Where can you beat that kind of love? Where can you beat that kind of giving? That's all I want to know. Where can you find it? Where can you beat it? If you got a better love that can beat that, I cuss you out, guess what? You still gonna call me, you still gonna text me, you still gonna check on me. You know what I'm saying? I tell you I'm gonna send you some money, guess what? Your account is overdrawn, your bills get cut off, they're sending you a notice in the mail. I tell you I'm coming through to pick you up, and guess what? 3 hours later, you ain't heard from me, you don't see me, nothing. And it's starting to rain. All I'm saying is, we can say a whole lot. We can tell people what we're going to give them. We can tell people how we're going to do things. And we can have the best intentions, right? But more than not, something comes along and throws us off kilter. Something comes along and distracts us. Something comes along that we didn't see and we get blindsided by. That still doesn't change the fact that what you spoke out of your mouth and what you said you were going to do, does it? But where God is concerned, he never leaves a promise unfulfilled. He's going to fulfill every promise. We just got to remember it's not in our time, but it's in his time. Why? Because he gives peace, not as the world gives, but as he gives it. It's staying, it's lasting. Okay? And when he gives it, you can take it to the bank. And it doesn't matter what's going on in your life. I don't care how much hell you catch it. You can take his peace to the bank because he doesn't give like the world. He gives like he gives. And no one can match his giving. You dig? I give you an example. I am really bad at losing my phone. Okay? I could set my phone down somewhere and will literally forget where I set it. Why? Because I'm so busy doing other stuff and I'm not paying attention to my phone or where I put it. Even though I have a hip belt clip, you dig? I still will put my phone somewhere, put it down somewhere, walk away, forget where I put it, and be like totally in a fog about where I put it. Then what happens? The first thing to go is my peace. I'm just being honest. First thing to go is my peace. I'll be like, okay, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Oh my God, I didn't put my phone somewhere. So now I'm not at peace, right? I'm disturbed. I'm starting to feel a little anxiety, just a little bit. Then I start thinking, okay, let me backtrack. And I'll go back and look, try to see where I might have went and where I might have, And half the time I can't remember where I just came from because I'm all over the place. You know, this church is a lot of square footage to cover. 16 bathrooms here. So I'm all over the place. I can't remember from where half the time. So now I'm starting to get pissed off. Now my peace is gone. Now I'm at a point to where I can, in my head, like I have this kind of like thing where I kind of visualize myself in my head, like almost kind of like in a video game, kind of like deal where in my mind, I'm bloodshot, eyeball red, pissed off, like flaming fire in my head. Cause I'm so angry and I'm angry at no one else. I'm angry at me. And I'll call myself stupid in a minute. And I got to stop doing that because the words are life. But I'll be like, oh, you so stupid. Where did you, like I could just burn myself up because I was so dumb because I left my stuff somewhere, right? Especially when we got a funeral going on or we got, COVID testing going on. We got things going on. People are here and I done left my stuff somewhere and anybody can go. I'm in my mind. No, I never do that, right? I'm aware of my surroundings. I'm aware of where I'm at and who's around me, and I'm aware of who I represent. But in my mind, though, I could see myself just such in a rage because I didn't put my phone down somewhere and I forgot where I didn't put it. How many of y'all go through that? Maybe it's your keys. You dig? You got somewhere to go. You already made an appointment and you got everything done. And now when it's time to go to get your keys, get in the car, you can't find your keys. Instead of us being patient and maintaining our peace, we'll get so pissed off in a rage, yelling at everybody, have you seen my keys? I can't find my keys. Y'all help me find my keys. Damn it, where's my keys? Right? You get all flustered and frustrated. But that happens. But that shouldn't happen. Why? Because we have his peace. Yo, this is your man, Levon. Thank you again for joining me today on this Monday motivational message. You dig? So we could understand and learn that the peace that God gives, the world doesn't give it. They can't, right? And the peace that he gives, it'll bring your heart joy. Your heart won't have to be troubled, but it can be joyful. The opposite of troubled is joy. And your heart doesn't have to be afraid. Why? Because you have joy and because you have peace. The opposite of afraid and fear is what? Reassurance and knowing that God has your back. He's going to do everything that he said he was going to do because his word is not going to return unto him void. And if he told you can have peace, and if he said to you, the peace that I give is not the world's peace, yo, let me make a suggestion that you run with that peace that he gives and leave that other garbage, that world peace at the side of the road like you do other stuff that you don't want. You dig? Your man Levon, and I'm out. Remember Lamella E. Love, uplift, motivate, inspire, learn, laugh, encourage, and enlighten. Lamelli.com. Go get your merch. You dig? One love. This is your man Levon. Don't forget to share this video. Like this video. Hit that bell notification so you're always notified whenever I upload, and like the video. You dig? Your man Levon, I'm out.